Well, that's Steve Millen in the #1 car and Brent O'Neill. They've made contact. Steve's backing up. Here comes Johnny O'Connell. Nowhere to go. Hits Millen's car at a ton. I mean, 140, 50-mile-per-hour hit right there. That's O'Connell going into the guardrail with the car on fire, just starting fire. Totally destroyed race car right there. As you see, it has blocked the track. We got a couple cars coming.
You'll see P.J. Jones come through here in a second as Brent O'Neill is the first to climb out of
the whole cushion of cars between them as well.
So 25, leader in GTLM, went off watching the crash of the 52 car. David Estella, who managed to park it beautifully on its roof behind a tyre bundle so we couldn't see where it had gone. Just slid off on the wet onto the grass and
quick look at what happened to Bob Wallach. Look ahead as Moss approaches turn 1, and we will see here, there.
Definitely the right rear just let go. The car came sideways and around, and the right rear just let go. He had absolutely no right rear traction at all.
Now we'll take a look from a camera up the hill, and we'll see if we can get a closer look as Bob Wallach enters turn 1. Look right down there under the bridge, and Bob Wallach will come into your picture from the right-hand side. There he comes. By then, oh!
The car was just launched. It was just flinging up in the air, and then it hit the embankment there. That was an incredible...
Said, yes, I'm fine. So we had a PC car, a GTD car, and then 3 wide behind as... Well, that's extraordinary. Jordan Taylor was nearly past them and then seemed to either lock up or spin up the rear wheels.
No, he was around the outside, but he wasn't clear of the number 10 car. As he tried to turn into the corner. There's a lot of marbles on the outside of there.
Agreed, Jeremy.
Turn 4.
Do you think that was just a touch?
Well, let's have a look here.
Fair play from Tom Milner. He got through. He was past the Ford. Then from the right-hand side, either the Corvette ran wide.
Barbazza in the yellow 50 Ferrari spinning, and Jeremy Dale just flat center punches the car. But apparently the setup of this was Ray Hendrick's car over to the left and out of view, spun, then Barbazza spun to avoid that while Dale was moving to avoid debris. That's the most devastating onboard camera I think I have ever seen.
And you can see Dale's head hit the dashboard then, and you just think how tight those...
There's caution back of the screen.
See there, looked like Mollum's trying to defend on the right side, then he moves over to the left. And he hasn't cleared, so his left rear hits the right front of James French, and that just turns him hard into the wall. Thankfully, these Orica chassis in the PC class are so strong. Johnny's able just to...
Here. It looks really like Doc has got into an area he just simply shouldn't be, and Chip Robinson is really a totally innocent member. There's the probe running up on the rail and flipping on top of the rail as the Jaguar actually takes off. The wing, which is designed to hold the back of the car down, once the car has done 180, it's lifting the car, and it's given Chip a terrifying ride.
And we have another angle. Here's the replay.
Look at the Jag starting to take off right here. There's the back off the ground as the probe is going up on the rail. The Jag is totally airborne at this point.
Unbelievable. Now watch the Jaguar as it hits the dirt bank and then begins a series of flips and rolls.
This is incredible. It's a testimony to the strength of all 3 of these cars, because at that point they are running 150 to 160 miles an hour.
Here is a look at what happened. First, Magliucelli reported a loss of drive in his Risi Competizione Ferrari. He stopped by the side of the road, and then along came Mimo Gidley, who was unsighted, and whammo.
That was a tremendous impact, just scary to look at, and obviously tore the front end off the Red Dragon machine. Here we see another look at it. He's diving to the inside of that GT machine, obviously unaware that Magliucelli was slow on the left-hand side of the...
Look at this, Steve. Here comes Jeff Brabham in the Nissan. Right behind him, you can see him. There's Davy Jones getting his left wheels off on the dirt. The car takes a sharp right-hand turn and head on into that fence on the inside.
Now watch the airborne gyrations as car goes through. It spins 360 after 360. Davy Jones right now awful glad he's in an IMSA-style endurance car because his feet are further back than the European version. And there comes Vandermeer. He absolutely was an innocent bystander, had nowhere to go, and hit with the right front and hit hard.
He did. I'm sure he damaged the right front suspension.
Take another look. Trailing
Jeff Brabham's Nissan into the corner. And the car just comes around. One of the rear wheel spats.
The rear wheel came off.
Rear wheel came right off the car, and this is a hard hit. Oh.
Good grief, that was a horribly hard hit. The wheel came off. You saw it push the wheel, spat out of the way. Loaded the wheel up as he turned right into that corner, the left rear wheel.
And the Corey Lewis car. Now, that's unrelated. Scott Maxwell hits the brakes and it just goes, doesn't it?
Right.
And
No,
sideswipes the Aston.
Yeah, I think he obviously didn't see the Aston there alongside him by the looks of it, unless there was a problem on the Mustang that caused it to turn sharp left. And the number 8 car going across the...
Look at it. He goes into a spin, the bodywork comes off.
Boy, anything could have happened to cause that.
The car loses its downforce, possibly a rear tire exploding. I see the left tire is already disintegrated.
Boy, he takes a real hard hit there, but you can see how the integrity of the roll cage stays intact, and even though he's being tossed around in there, it's not coming in on him. And these are the things that will save a driver in a violent crash like this.
So Chip Robinson survives what appears to be visually a very vicious crash. He came out of that wreckage and walked.
Long way from France. 5.5 hours in at Road Atlanta. Same Porsche now driven by Yannick Dalmas. And oh, here we go. In spectacular fashion, the flip, he lands, he explodes. Dalmas emerges from the car remarkably uninjured. We have to watch this again. As Dalmas catching a little bit of air, and that was enough. Over 1.5 times in midair, and the car shatters upon impact. Look at that. And he walked away. Meanwhile,
so he may have had some help coming down to turn number 7. Oh, he's lost it massively early, and that may have been a stuck throttle of some description. Something went on there. He was gaining speed when he should have.
Number 5, driven by Jim Mullen, and car number 8, driven by Pete Halsmer, led to this.
In my opinion, he didn't have a pass made. I braked, I got back on the gas, turned into the corner, and lo and behold, Pete Halsmer thought he had a pass made. And I think this is going to be one of those racing accidents where I'm going to say he didn't have a pass, Pete's going to say he had a pass, but the net result is that my car's in the trees and he's out there still racing.